Welcome back to No Passport Required, where you can travel the world from the comfort of your favorite chair. Today we are going on safari. When you hear safari, you probably picture golden African plains, acacia trees, and lions at sunset. But what if that same spirit of adventure was waiting for you right here in North America? Some of my most profound wildlife encounters have happened in my own backyard. North America has its own epic wilderness and iconic animals. We just need to see our national parks as stages for a grand, unpredictable wildlife drama. This isn't about replacing the African safari, it's about discovering a new one. Imagine tracking gray wolves through a misty valley or spotting a massive grizzly bear on a mountainside. These are not lesser experiences. They're raw, challenging, and deeply personal. An American safari requires patience and a willingness to work for your sightings. The reward is a connection to the wild that feels earned, a moment of pure awe. Let's open our minds to a new kind of safari. We'll travel to Yellowstone and Denali, exploring their rugged beauty and searching for the magnificent creatures that call them home. This is a story about the thrill of the chase, the power of nature, and the discovery that true adventure doesn't always require a passport. Sometimes it just takes a fresh perspective. So are you ready? Let's begin our journey into the wild places around us. The adventure starts now. Every great adventure starts with anticipation. A buzz in your stomach, a sense of wonder. For me, a North American safari begins the moment I leave the city behind and enter the wild. The air smells cleaner, the world feels bigger. Wildlife watching here is an active pursuit, a treasure hunt created by nature. You drive winding roads, scanning the horizon for movement, reading the landscape for clues, a flock of birds taking flight, tracks in the mud, each sign tells a story. You become a detective, piecing together small signs to solve a bigger mystery. Where are the animals today? What are they doing? Every rustle, every distant call sends a jolt of excitement through you. You're not a passive observer, you're a participant in the wild. This deep engagement makes the experience unforgettable. It awakens an ancient instinct to seek, to find, to connect with nature. An American safari reminds us we're part of something much bigger than ourselves. The thrill isn't just in what you see, it's in the not knowing and the endless possibility. That's the magic of the wild, and it's waiting for you. Summer is the best time for a North American safari. The wilderness bursts to life, rivers rush, meadows bloom, and the days stretch long. Wildlife is everywhere. Bison calves stick close to their mothers, fawns take their first steps, and migratory birds fill the air with song. Bears emerge hungry, elk and bison graze in green valleys, and predators follow the herds. Early mornings and late evenings are magical. Soft light, active animals, and a golden landscape. It's not just about seeing one animal, it's about witnessing the entire web of life in action. You feel the pulse of the ecosystem, the connections between plants, herbivores, and predators. The world is green, alive, and putting on its greatest show. The warmth, the scents, the sounds, it's a sensory experience like no other. Summer is nature's invitation to see the wild at its most dynamic. Don't miss it. This is when the wilderness truly wakes up. For the ultimate North American safari, two places stand above the rest: Yellowstone and Denali. These aren't just parks. They're vast, intact ecosystems where wildlife still reigns. Yellowstone is the grand old park, famous for its geysers, valleys, and massive herds of bison and elk. It's also home to elusive predators like grizzly bears and gray wolves. The park's size and diversity make it a perfect stage for adventure. Denali, in Alaska, is wilder and more remote. Dominated by North America's highest peak, its landscape is a mix of tundra, forest, and glacier-carved valleys. Only one road leads in, preserving its pristine character. Here, grizzlies, caribou, moose, and Dall sheep roam free. Yellowstone and Denali represent the best of our continent's wild places. They challenge you to be patient, observant, and respectful. A journey here isn't just a vacation, it's an immersion in the wild. These are the places where the spirit of the American safari comes alive. Let's explore them together. Our first stop is Yellowstone, searching for the elusive gray wolf in the Lamar Valley. This vast grassland is prime wolf territory, but finding one is never easy. Wolves are masters of camouflage, ghosts of the forest and plains. The search begins before dawn, joining other dedicated wolf watchers with scopes and binoculars. You scan the hillsides for hours, looking for a flicker of gray or black. Patience is your greatest tool. Sometimes you see only bison and pronghorn, and fatigue sets in. But this is the essence of the American safari, a quest, not a guarantee. You listen to veteran watchers, learning about the packs and their stories. Then, suddenly, someone whispers, "Got one." Your heart leaps as you swing your scope to the right spot. There it is, a single gray form trotting along a distant ridge. It's just a speck, but unmistakably a wolf. The feeling is electric. Every bit of waiting is worth it for this moment. You've earned your sighting. This is what makes the American safari unforgettable. The wild rewards patience. Seeing that first wolf is profound, a symbol of wildness, survival, and resilience. Through the scope, the distant speck becomes a living, breathing being. You watch as it moves, scents the air, and looks for its pack. Suddenly, more wolves appear, greeting each other with wagging tails. Then, a howl rises, a haunting, beautiful call that echoes across the valley. The pack joins in their chorus, vibrating in your soul. It's a reward for all the waiting, a moment that feels truly earned. This is the heart of the American safari. Encounters that aren't guaranteed but unforgettable when they happen. As the wolves fade into the forest, gratitude washes over you. You've glimpsed a secret world, witnessed something few ever see. The memory of that howl stays with you. It's a reminder of the wild beauty that still exists, and it changes you. Next, we head north to Denali, Alaska, home to the legendary grizzly bear. Here the landscape is immense, the weather extreme, and the sense of isolation profound. Private vehicles can't go far, so you board a park bus, joining a team of spotters. Every dark rock is momentarily mistaken for a bear. The driver, a naturalist, shares stories and teaches you how to see the wild through expert eyes. The scale is staggering. A grizzly can look like a moving boulder from afar. Suddenly someone shouts, "Bear! 3 o'clock!" The bus stops. Excitement ripples through the passengers. Binoculars and cameras are raised. There it is, a grizzly foraging for berries, unconcerned with the busload of humans. Even from a distance, its power is obvious. This is a wild, free creature living on its own terms. The sighting feels like a privilege, a window into a world that demands respect. Sometimes luck brings you closer, a grizzly just yards from the road. The bus stops, silence falls, and you feel your heart pounding. The bear grazes, its massive head swinging its claws and coarse fur visible. You're not just seeing a bear, you're feeling its power. It's humbling to be so close to a creature that could overpower you in an instant. Yet the bear is calm, tolerant, and focused on its meal. It's a lesson in coexistence and respect. I remember one encounter. A large male grizzly stood up, looked directly at us, then calmly returned to foraging. In that moment, I felt a connection, pure, wild intelligence. We were visitors in his world, and it was a privilege to be there. Encounters like this are the soul of a Denali safari. It's not about ticking a box, it's about awe, respect, and a little bit of fear. The memory of that bear standing tall against the Alaskan landscape stays with you forever. After tracking wolves in Yellowstone and watching grizzlies in Denali, we return to our question. Is a North American safari as thrilling as an African one? The answer is yes, but in a different way. African safaris are spectacles of abundance. North American safaris are about subtlety, challenge, and rawness. Here, every sighting feels like a victory, a secret shared with the wild. The hours spent searching make each encounter more powerful. This earned experience creates a deeper, more personal connection to the land. You become part of the landscape's story, learning to read its signs and appreciate its silence. There's an intimacy to the American safari. It's about you, your binoculars, and the vast, quiet wilderness. It's a meditative adventure that sharpens your senses. Ultimately, the American safari isn't a rival to the African one. It's a unique, powerful adventure in its own right. It offers the thrill of the hunt, the joy of discovery, and a profound connection to a rugged, resilient wilderness. You don't need to cross an ocean for adventure. It's right here, waiting to be explored. My journeys into Yellowstone and Denali always leave me with gratitude and a sense of responsibility. These wild places are treasures, sanctuaries for both wildlife and the human spirit. They let us disconnect, breathe clean air, and reconnect with something real. But they're fragile, threatened by climate change, habitat loss, and human encroachment. The stories of the wolf's return and the grizzly's persistence are conservation victories, but the fight isn't over. Every visitor who has a powerful wildlife encounter becomes a voice for protection. When you look into the eyes of a wild animal, you understand what's at stake. That's why I encourage everyone to embark on their own North American safari. Start with a local park or nature preserve, take binoculars, go for a walk, and see what you can find. Teach your children to love and respect the outdoors. By fostering this connection, we build the next generation of conservationists. Go out and explore the wild places in your own backyard. Share your stories and photos. Every story helps build appreciation for our wild heritage. What's your most memorable wildlife encounter? Share it, celebrate it, and let it fuel your passion for protection. The adventure is out there. Go find it.